on gold, but Sitab's already doing good. He was one of the early Jace mid adopters. I think kind of bold
Scout.
to take that into one of the legendary Scout.
Whoa, okay, Scout just wins this. I thought he was griefing and just outdam. Just eviscerated the minion wave. Oh, that one's just a bit outside for Sitab, and he's gonna jump for it. Health pack. I don't know if this will save him. He thinks the only way out is to fight. And it looks like our farm off has turned into a skirmish off. They trade kills, but guess what?
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Level 2 soon. The Ignite is still up and available for them. As soon as they ding level 2, Pays and Missing have to be so careful.
Oh, Feather Hook's missing out of his crash. Now he has to flash. 1xn follows, flashes galore, but guess what? It's first blood to Thunder Talk, right where you want it in 1xn's pocket.
Waves. Ornn is perfectly fine, still getting a similar amount of this gold. It's just going to be priority going over.
Uh-oh.
See that? Is he going to invade?
Ren, he's going to get picked by the seismic shove. He just wanted to go for the invade onto the chickens, but now he's flashing on top of Scout, gets the three-pointed knock-up, but Scout is better timed with his flash, gets out to safety, and Shun welcomes Xiaoheng Ren back into the LPL for the first time, and JDG are going to make it a bigger party here. Those ultimates come right online, and JDG making a 2-for-1 on, but it's just a little bit too late to the play.
It's too fake, and also for Thunder Talk, I like what they're doing. They are playing a little bit and leaning towards the side and feeling good about their setup in the game. They haven't even lost mid-push. They still were able to grab that cleanse out of phase. Just being able to slowly take these things off.
The first combo is Missing, throws down that Magnet Storm. Immediate bullet time there from Pays. They don't get the kill on the Feather, but guess who's going to try and grab it? It's Scout. Immediate depth charge over top, but Xiaoheng Ren cannot protect his lovely support, and right on cue. This is a spot where JDG have to show some of that veterancy this lineup brings, the patience of it, letting the game come to them here, because seen a lot of teams kind of run headfirst into that grub pit to try and contest them, but it seems like CT are more looking for the kill onto Scout, who does have his flash but does not have his Weaver's Wall. Ornhorn committed along with the Emperor's Divide. They're going to corner Scout in the alcove, and Hoya is going to bop him down. Kill found, but what does it potentially cost TT on the...
Again, we had some questions for, right? Like, is Shun going to be able to get this massive ultimate that's really going to be able to set up Pays? Is Missing even going to find the croshdowns? Sitab has no flash, but it can very easily just shuffle back over the wall. There is a teleport available for Hoya. The dragon has spawned. I don't know if this is really your play. Thunder Talk, I think you just gotta give this one up, boys.
Yeah, he's walking head first into the fog. He's gonna have to flash out. He gets his partner hooked. His Feather once again will have to pay for the sins of his team. Hoya's TPing in a bit too late to this play as well, so JDG is just gonna try and turn onto him. The Crescent Guard does come down for Xiaoheng Ren to buy some more space, but 1xn is completely cut off. Thunder Talk are completely scattered, and JDG are just gonna run right through this fight knowing it. It's gonna wipe down Thunder Talk. No kills found on the turn. Missing pays his life for a huge bounty.
What was that? Thunder Talk just completely collapsed. Everybody feels like making small errors in that fight turns into a big win for JDG. Just why? Why are we setting up for that? We have the 4 grubs. Let's continue to use our side lanes. We know that Sion is always going to be able to match, especially without ultimate. So Thunder Talk end up putting themselves a bit in the hole. Will lose the dragon as well as the mid-tier one, which was kind of a point of strength for them. Their ability to clear the mid-wave a lot faster. But Missing alongside Shun, being able to screen this side of the jungle, getting a lot of vision. So be potentially a turret going down, if not getting very close to one. No one from the side of Thunder Talk is in the area. They're not going to be able to contest this. This is just going to be free gold now going over to Scout. I wonder, how close is he to finishing his second item? Because not only grabbing those kills, but also now grabbing the turret as well. This Talia is accelerated in the game alongside that misfortune.
Pays dividends to have your flash back up with that Weaver's Wall available. You can see how much safer Scout feels on those side lanes. Just grabbing and gobbling up as much gold as possible. We have a voracious Otacon, all of their side lane priority, like you're calling, in order, and now they're coming for the collapse. Weaver's Wall going to cut out the top end play from Scout. Depth charge going to land on top of Missing, who tries to get his combo down, but there's the bullet time, separating everybody from Thunder Talk. They're once again scattered and looking pretty weak. Feather and 1xn both below half HP, and Scout knows it. He flashes in, looking for that killer play to shut down Thunder Talk, and while he falls, Pays picks up all of the pieces behind him. JDG are just too locked in. Team fighting in this game one, and it might have just sealed the
those
guys that need to start the fights and set up Pace and Scout being too difficult to deal with. Without
right? Like, they still have the Herald. You're still waiting for 2 items. Like,
and here's the problem. They're going to get sped up pretty quickly here. As we talked about a little bit ago, when that window hadn't come yet, Otacon is on the map, and this is Vorage's Otacon, right? The one that enables even more snowball, aggressive playmaking. And I just feel like TT are in a position where they can't even really contest this, but again, they're feeling desperate. They're over-grouping, trying to play for this Otacon. They're teleporting in Setab, so dropping more side lane prio, but for now, Xiao Huangren has gotten Xun off of this race's Otacon, but you know Xun wants to go for the smite, something that he struggled with a lot in the 50-50 position. He lost that 50-50 to Kanavi not too long ago to seal their fate in Game 2. How does it look up against the rookie? Xun is locked in, immediately snags that, and now everybody on JDG have false lives. Sure, they lose Xun off of the immediate play, but missing crashes down and sets up a beautiful bullet time from Paze. Everything going the way of JDG. They are just a league above Thunder Talk right now.
That's a triple kill going over. You're feeling amazing about JDG's spot in this game. Now almost 10,000 gold, and it feels like they haven't really missed a step in this game. There's been some instances, obviously Scout has fallen, but you are totally okay with that, especially with how they've played this game so far.
I mean, just look at the gold leads specifically in those damage dealing lanes here. Is right on cue. Pace maybe getting a little bit too cute trying to toy with Hoya, but maybe he's baiting all along with Xun and Ala there to protect him. The big beefy boys up front, not letting their misfortune go down.
Oh.
We're not going to talk about that in Pale because Xun still gets the kill over onto Feather, and with those false lives for another minute 15, they can play as much full court press as they want onto the base of Thunder Talk.
Now, fans at home, you might be asking, why are these casters surprised that JDG are even playing half this well? It's more of that consistency. This is the kind of game that I'm expecting from JDG against every other team outside of top 4, top 5. But JDG have been famously inconsistent, as have many of our LPL teams. So we'll see how they close this one out.
Man, they're looking to go for the record of quickest game here in the LPL. The way that Scout is diving in with that Weaver's Wall under 2 Nexus turrets. Bullet time comes down again. This time, Hoya does a pretty good job canceling out Pace. Step Chart's going to come over across as well to back the misfortune off these Nexus turrets. But Setab's going to have to do a ton of work with these Sand Soldiers to keep JDG at bay. He goes in for the Shreeman Shuffle, gets one, but it's on to the Scion, who will happily recall back as they lose Setab. They lose their main wave clear, up as they always have been on the other side of the map to JDG's main play in their favor. So Thunder Talker continue dropping more resources, trying to protect a tier 2 turret that I really feel like they should just let go. But here we go.
Oh.
They're going to get caught here by Scout. Good Emperor's Divide, though. Throws Scout into all of TT, but he had the stasis there. Flashes back out to safety. Turret goes down. Setab falls as well. Thunder Talk have lost their 1-man, 2-item power spike Azir, and they look completely scattered, completely shot down. The bullet time may go wide for Pace, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. JDG are just so much stronger. They are completely outclassed Thunder Talk in items, in gameplay, and just game 1 overall. Final touches being done by Paze. He throws down a couple more double taps. It's only Hoya left, and even he falls. A clean ace comes across for JDG, and potentially their cleanest game of the Rumble stage. 25 minutes to take a 1-0 lead over Thunder Talk.
Hey, taking care of business. That's what we want to see from JDG. And now that it's the back half of the split, we had a lot of questions. I mean, JDG just last week replaced their coach. Otherwise, this Rise gets way too tanky for them to deal with. They're going to be diving in onto a Pantheon, onto basically all eyes on this Jhin, and just the state of the lane, having Nico down already both of her pots, despite being in a double range lane. Again, when you have this Kai'Sa as your AD carry, usually laning phase is not your strongest suit. Ooh, the movement speed from heal, actually. Nice dodge from Missing.
Yeah, big there. Big to both dodge out is mid and jungle shift down. Good there for Xiao Huangren to cancel out the stun, but it's way more damage out of Scout here. Xun trying to buy as much time with his damage blocking, and everyone's flashing all over the place. Traded kills here as Feather picks up Shun. Scout, though, able to find a kill of his own, and Pace flashing forward with the 4th shot, gets the bouncer grenade to find one, and he's going to ramp up the rest of these kills. Nobody's watching Pace, but everyone's watching him now for Thunder Talk as he just pops all 3. Griv pays the triple kill. Another disastrous first skirmish for Thunder Talk.
2 very okay games. Game 1 maybe a little bit less so, but already here in game number 1, he's playing really, really well as Allah?
Croc is throwing down here. How did we even get into this scenario where 1xN is anywhere near a level 6 Renekton?
They swap all of their summoner spells. Great all-in from Allah, and very smart timing coming in from a top laner who is pretty legendary here in the LPL. Been playing for quite a while. As
the Maiden doing a lot of damage, but you got more friends coming than just the ghouls and the Maiden to worry about, Hoya. Completely surrounded. JDG, it feels like they're playing 6-on-5 the way they're moving around the map right now to just punish Thunder Talk over and over again.
That's another wave that's going to be lost. Scout just pushes in his wave, so he's probably going to be answering.
Especially, I'm glad you brought up the international stakes of the LPL. That we start seeing teams lock in and knock down opponents they're expected to and look just as polished when it comes into those bigger matchups when you're JDG and the Kaisa as well. And that's the only way they can come back in this game.
All right, again, they make this play. I mean,
oh boy,
Setab
is so caught. That is Solar Flare into a Deadly Flourish. Setab was locked up for a solid 5 seconds, and they're just knocking down Thunder Talk like bowling pins. One by one, they fall. Xiaohong Ren gonna cleanse the first stun there from Shun, but luckily Missing is here with the Zenith Blade. That's flashed out as well. Teleport, though, coming behind here. Again, kind of a late TP from Hoya. Where do you really go here? You're going to chase down Shun and Missing with Scout nearby?
So he's going to catch this wave? I feel like all
across the map. They have just been lackluster here for TT, and JDG are playing with a whole new confidence by this point. I mean, Hoya is walking right. I mean, Jala is walking right into Hoya, trying to shut him down. They have the Nico there to kind of jump out of the brush and say, hey, we've got more members here than you think, and that might actually pay dividends with the lights coming out here. Alla drops. That is a shutdown gained and going into 1xN's pocket.
I mean, sure, yeah. But
hey, I'm just trying. It's little wins. Maybe I'm just. Maybe you just have the playbook right now on Thunder Talk. Really just a playbook. I don't even want to say just for Thunder Talk, just to take a lead and create even more of a problem for their opposing team here. I mean, that was a full combo from Setab, and Scout is still half healthy. He's going to use the Realm Warp to buy a bit more space as they do spot Feather coming over. And maybe JUG are starting to overestimate their power into the Maiden of Hoya. Setab gets the first kill, is going to get a reset on that Spirit Rush. Scout does not have the flash available just yet, and Setab is going to auto-home a second kill. There's some good map play from Thunder Talk, overloading and punishing JDG, but they always pick up something on the weak side.
I can't wait to, after this game, go and see my Twitter feed, and I'm going to see a 10-10 tweet. I already know. She's going to make some kind of fan cam talking about these two and showing them straight up dying on a side lane for free. So
you won't gross now, knowing how much more is going on the map right now. They do keep both Xiaohong Ren and Setab in that bot side.
There's a teleport coming in from Scout.
Whoa,
it's pretty far. They're going to make a really long chase, and it's a minute and a half before, or 2 minutes almost here, for the Dragon. This could potentially set up for JDG to get a lot more on the map. They're going to go long for Setab.
Yep, he has Spirit Rush. He's already used 2 charges, though. Has Flash as well if he needs to. It really feels like there's no way out for Setab. Maybe he understands that, trying to buy time to see if this can get extra space on the other side of the map. Not going to be a mid, really. Got to think that play and that sacrifice is mostly for Hoya's gain.
Oh, but they have the Rift Herald here. Unfortunate ult coming in from Missing, but just pushing off the bottom lane push of TT. This pair is not going to be able to get much done. And cool, Hoya got yourself a turret. But if you look at this now for JDG, they're going to take another turret in bottom lane. They can very easily shift this over into mid if they need to.
Sir, mid wave. They do start up the Dragon, Xiaohong Ren, so we'll see if JG want to respond with a fight of their own. Solar Flare is back and available. Scout nearby with the Realm Warp. Both top laners answering mid waves. And this is what we call the calm before the storm. Don't expect a straight 50-50 to start this one out. It's going to be JDG. Look towards Shun. Looks toward missing. All the Waybo combo ultimates, though, are on Thunder Talk's side. The lights are going to go out. No smite means that Shun's going to just grab that dragon for free, and now Xiaohongren jumps in with 1xN. They do pick up the kill onto Shun, but they cannot face up the might of Ala with dominance back up. A curtain call raking over the entire fight, and most importantly, Scout just decimating all of the TT members on the front line here. Gets another Prism root. The Deadly Flourish is going to force Hoya to juke right back into Scout. Does get away from that first Q, but not the second. Scout picks up 3 whole kills across the entire dragon play to put himself at Exodia point.
I mean, not only do they not
executing their comp and waiting for Thunder Talk, like we saw in that last fight, to get desperate and dive in. And now, very similar to game 1, they have so much control, massive gold lead, tons of turrets taken, so they have a lot of advancing wards, and they just get reign over all these big-time neutral objectives. The Paranoia is going to come out here. CT try and steal some of these flowers away. Pop Blossom only lands on a Paze. He cleanses it. Scout gets out to safety with the Seraphs, and now Paze can step up and start raining Hellfire down onto Thunder Talk. The flashes won't save them. Nothing will save Thunder Talk as the skies part clear and JDG's sign rains down on this game.
Well, they now get to take all these wave carries of JDG now. Scout, who has been, I think, pretty maligned so far coming into 2025. His split one has the Infinity Edge and the RFC, so he does so much more damage. There's a teleport here, trying to catch out Paze and missing. Pantheon can join.
They ult, though, on to missing because they couldn't get vision on top of Paze, the much bigger prize. But it's okay, because the maiden has found him, and Hoya is going to grab the shutdown before Shun shows up with the Grand Starfall. Another
side of the map now.
Astamir Scout, who once again is so safe with the Realm Warp. That time the stun doesn't land for missing Solar Flare, but guess what? Deadly Flourish makes it so much more potent of a pick play. The 1xN has to burn Flash, burn Cleanse to get to safety. Xiaohongren and Feather try and re-engage, but they can't do anything without Satab. 1xN here. Missing goes low once more, does get picked off. The Paranoia turn coming out for TT once again. But the lightning just doesn't follow the thunder right now. Nothing is following these plays for TT. It's just Scout showing up in the nick of time, trying to once again show that he is back in that form to push JDG over the edge in the Rumble stage.
Still not as clean, but guess what? Jungler's dead. Shin is going to try to start this up. Hoya is in the area and has already started to kind of bully the Pantheon away. I mean, he's just going to get much more HP. Scout's going to also be able to Realm Warp them. This should be their Infernal Soul.
Good stun from Shun. He actually gets it done on his own. He says, guys, I appreciate you coming, but you're just going to watch as Hoya drops to Shun, and when the York is losing to the Pantheon jungle, just further personified.
So this is the part of the matchup that gets really annoying.
This is like our soap opera. This is like our soap opera in the middle of this game, you know?
It's the battle of the 2 top laners. Unfortunately, Ala is just a goat like that. So, well,
Baron's gone. Xiaohongren is completely decimated. Oh, this is a fleeting hope from Thunder Talk. Again, they had to do it. They have to try and do something to stem the bleeding. But this game is turned all red in the name of JDG. Another triple kill comes across. The curtain call hits its mark. That's the ace. And we're going to get another sub-30-minute win from JDG. They start out the second round robin looking completely in control against the Thunder Talk team that will now fall to the bottom of the standings at 2-8.
Well, JDG now definitively hold the head-to-head record versus Thunder Talk. And Thunder Talk, it was great. It's unfortunate that you lost your jungler, but JDG are just one hell of a different team. They're in a different league compared to you.
The 2-0 comes across.
In the top 4 as they would auto-qualify for playoffs.
How poetic is in a series that has 2 teams with the same record, very similar struggles and strengths, and having gone the distance the last time they met, that this 1v1 comes down to the complete wire as the fire comes on in. The Shy trying to use space so he get the most damage out of his Valkyrie, but I fear he stepped way too close to a very, very mean Gwen that snips him on home.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
All right, Tien has finished all of his camps. It's going to be JJ who's just now taking the red. A creative path coming in from Tien.
All right, Xiaohu is very low, though, from these initial trades here, so he's going to have to play at space pretty well. Uses the Soul Unbound. Rookie's going to flash. The follow comes across with Tien. He does have JJ nearby, but Rookie's losing health fast. Good stuff from JJ. Going to flash expertly right after Xiaohu. So it's both junglers coming with kills onto their fellow mid laners, and now the two tanks are just going to bap each other. The wraparound you called out. Breathe has exhaust. Might just drop it here to slow the Shy away. Pops the needle work. Gonna hold the exhaust until the big damage comes out from the Shy. Really critical engage there from Breathe. Now Tian bring it home with the Impale. The Shy's running out of room to juke, but he does a great sidestep, and in comes the support from the rest of IG. JJ hits his Glacial Prison, and you know Cage-Roll's going crazy about this one. The Shy completely outplays Waybo Gaming's top side. There's a first dragon too. Somebody please come fight the dragon. Maybe it's JJ. Maybe.
JJ's in.
JJ,
hello. You need to leave, brother. This is not your side of the map anymore.
Oh boy, Erha flashing after. Deadly Flourish lands. Glacial Prison going to land on top of Light, but this is 4 versus 1, and now we have both junglers making critical mistakes. JJ, you got the red buff, you got the win topside, but that one definitely going to stay. Yeah.
You still have exhaust, you have the ultimate as well. This wave is not much. Just going to be a lot of information gained here, as IG should have priority on the
information or throwing hands. Exhaust down, needlework, no ult for the Rumble this time. The revenge of Breathe and gets a late teleport on Rookie. Maybe this Rumble stage. Oh boy, Gala. All right.
Gala has flash, he has E. If he dies to this, I'm mad.
Oh, I mean, he is going to die to it. Right there, and it's called CC layering. They get barrier out of Gala as well. Mid lane has just been where all of the mistakes have happened for IG in this one.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate here as...
One-on Power Spikes coming through for the Waybo side as well. Blade of the Rune King for Xiaohu completed. The Heartsteel, the Yomu's rush from Light. But here we go with the IG response once again. You gotta love it when public execution hits on its own because it usually guarantees a kill. Rookie locked in.
Yes, it's the flash off of Braum, but now you've secured almost a full turret here for Rookie. You did have to trade it with Xiaohu, so this Yone is going to be very strong. Rookie should be in a good spot. The battle of the mid lanes starting to prove deadly here in this first game of the series. We had a lot of expectations for Xiaohu and Rookie. They've been faltering in the laning phase, but they've been making sure that they're getting resources up, so Message just gets the Crash and Minion Wave in.
All right, here we go. Potentially the first main fight in this heavyweight match between IG and Waybo. It's going to start by JJ securing the dragon first. Tien going to go in, gets the big smash. Airhell flies in with a two-man headbutt into the Impale, into the Fate Sealed. What a combo coming across from Waybo, and they're going to start collecting the kills. Rookie far too low, flash away from Xiaohu. The pit is getting absolutely crazy with Gala flashing after Tien. We'll find that trade kill. It's complete pandemonium, but guess who wins it? The one that sinks the combo home. Waybo Gaming find themselves 4 kills, but the 5th one is the hardest one to find. Xiaohu has to go back right into the Mystic Shot, and Gala playing with his back against the wall, desperately waiting for the arcade shift to come up, and it won't. The first fight does not disappoint. It goes 5 for 4. Gala must have just spaced him so well. Again, we talk about Gala. The ceiling of this guy, especially in team fights, is so potent. As we flash back to picture, and my God, everyone's stacked on top of each other again, but JJ falls. The Herald is picked up by Tien, and here's the difference maker between those two powerful junglers, and who else but Erha to find himself another awesome window. I don't know how that unsealed fate even interacted with Rookie, but Xiaohu should be able to find the kill. No, Rookie still stands tall, but the Impale lands onto Gala, the hero of last fight for IG, picked off, and now Waybo are really starting to roll.
Hey guys, so remember when I said that we might be willing to forgive Tien for his early game? Well, hell man, he is making it look so damn good on this Skarner, landing multiple man impales, being able to force IG into uncomfortable spots, and I mean, this after taking the Herald, they take over mid-tier 1, and they're able to just completely muscle in on this topside jungle and get another turret here for Xiaohu. So 1,000 gold over his counterpart. A lot of gold was funneled into these two mid laners, and so far, Xiaohu has paid his team back in dividends. I say that, he might just be getting caught out here.
Those two mid laners, they're going blow for blow. Both popping ultimates. You got teleports on both sides coming in. Reinforcements here soon, but Xiaohu just survives way too long. The general bought time for his troops to fly forward, and of course he doesn't fall. It's Tien impaling both JJ and Mako. IG are completely scattered with no hope to rescue you this fight. You go for the dread roll, you best not miss, or this is your result, Invictus Gaming.
That's a 5-star general that you have to be saluting over there.
Best to ever grace the mid lane of the LPL. Still doing it in 2025. Can't help but get emotional thinking about that. And if you're a Waybo fan, maybe getting rid of some tense emotions of this series, knowing that this game is completely in their control.
Dive onto someone like Light, onto Tien, might open up a play for them. I'm just looking at experience right now, and Xiaohu's almost level 16.
Oh my god, the Shy though. Hello. Breathe is done. That was a pure stat check. And the Shy comes out on top. But he demands attention. And there's not any neutrals that Waybo can really play for. And something has just gotten into Xiaohu. This guy is a mad bloodthirsty as he sets up another beautiful kill. So much attention here for IG, but you can really just see how much more confident they are. And Erha wants a piece of the action that Xiaohu's been throwing down other lanes. Mako is completely sectioned off and soon to drop. One more shot from Light will do it, and it's just right in time for this Baron to spawn. How do IG even react on this map? They're going to try and sprint over towards Xiaohu, but in this form, he knows better.
Hell, maybe he just goes for it.
No,
okay, flash from JJ
good
to
flash.
escape.
Oh, follow flash gets away from the Glacial Prison. Uses the soul, though, knowing that he doesn't have a lot of space, and he has to go in. He's going after Gala, and he nearly makes it difference. Trading 1 for 1, but even pulling 3 towards the bottom lane feels like a win right now for Waybo.
Stops them from hitting on that turret. They're going to miss out on another wave. Instead, they're going to cancel, recognizing that they're... Xiaohu is just soloing the dragon this entire time. This is the moment for IG. If they can't find anything, this dragon's just going to go down, and there's going to be nothing to show for it.
Zilch, nada, 0. Just trying to jockey for mid lane control. But it's Erha again to try and start off the fight. They are this time diving onto the tank. But man, the way they layer this CC, they can go after whoever they damn please. JJ drops. You've just picked off jungle Waybo with Baron up. Man, oh man.
Yeah, so Tien is level 16 over JJ right now. Just 3 level difference in the jungle is absolutely insane.
Thank you, Ruinous Octagon.
Yep. We're going to be taking a look. We now have all of this Baron being taken. It's going to go down.
Okay. Yep, and now Waybo look for the turning fight. Erha, no fear in the world. He flashes right after the Shy. He knows that Breeze is going to be there to follow. They don't even need the exhaust to find this kill. The Shy drops as a consolation prize to the purple banner onto 5 of
Baron
Waybo.
is going to still be up for another minute and a half. They'll have a minute and a half afterwards for setting up for this dragon. Oh, Rookie's just caught. Okay, well, that opens up the mid lane. Time to give up the bottom lane, tier 1, or tier 2.
A painful game for the Shy. That is his 7th death, game high, as he's been picked off once more. Inhibitors are going to fall. Maybe the way Waybo is playing, he's going to rotate towards this bot side and try and create even more chaos in the base of IG. And if they overstep just once, Waybo will go for the throat and end this thing.
They just get another turret. They're going to expand their gold lead here. Like what we're seeing coming out from Waybo, Skarner's going to continue to sit in mid. He can just continue to empower this minion wave.
Oh, Deadly Flourish again. Light locked in here. Gets the first slow onto Gala. Doing a good amount of fancy footwork, though. That doesn't matter. The curtain call was just buying space to knock down another inhibitor. Now Waybo on the back foot. Ooh, public execution from Rookie and the Glacial Fissure both whiff. That's got...
For the fact that it automatically qualifies you to playoffs, but... Waybo now, I mean, they're just going to grab themselves a free Cloud Drake soul. IG have been trying to get gold. Mako's just dead.
Oh my god. This is a 6th level difference, by the way. This is really fair. Curtain call, one more shot. Mako, how many can you sidestep around? Only 1. There's Mako down. There's a Cloud Soul to a Gwen, a Yone, and a Skarner. This game is one more fight on Waybo's terms away from ending, and they know it. Pressing super minion waves into this Nexus turret, they might just straight up dive with the comp that they have to try and end this game at 32 minutes. All AG can do is huddle under their Nexus turrets that are evaporating, disintegrating like sand in the wind. Down goes the equalizer, but they found their miracle pick onto Gala. It's Tien to do it, and this has been domination from Waybo Gaming, a series that was completely back and forth first time round. Looks like a whole new era in the name of Waybo Gaming.
Just a dominant game. You have some pretty premium ults, so here, R5 here, are we giving this to Erha? Are we moving this Pantheon into support? We'll have to see. But there's already...
Cancels the
JJ's
back.
coming though. He's gonna just be here to reinforce, get a vision. They'll be able to spot out Tien.
Walks in. Tien stands completely still. I thought he was going to stun a bit earlier here, but JJ initiates the combat, gets the knock-up, and like you called out, really should just be protecting, but now we're really over-indexing into this dive as Breathe is teleported down. Shy flashes out of the first knock-up. The handshake's going to land here. They're going to dump all their damage onto the Shy, and with that piercing arrow, we'll be able to commit to the play. Breathe, understanding the assignment. Gala and IG are just a bit too skittish with that range from Xiaohu, so they'll give away the dragon as well.
To ult the minion wave, because you are dying if you stay under this turret, brother.
Deja vu of last time. Lets the wave get too close. What's going to be the first CC committed? Is Tien going to try to take aggro? I love how they wait out that first big knockup. The Ornhorn's coming across, but it was just too late. Erha, ooh, nearly juggles the turret aggro perfectly with the bailout, but does make it a trade, but still an advantageous trade for Waybo. They'd have the man advantage. Maybe make a play onto the mid lane, too.
Might just
Gotta
be
make up their
3v3.
minds.
Just might be a 3-on-3 for grubs.
That's what JJ wants to do. Here comes the Grand Starfall, though. The Spear of Destiny comes down, and there's the Weaver's Wall. Doesn't immediately get dropped there from Xiaohu, but a great handshake comes across from Erha, and feats of warfare secured. Waybo continue. They're polished off the series, and they pick the more proactive comp. That's what you love to see. It's once again exudes confidences. They don't even need ults to go for this overload here. They're just going to get the 1 versus 3 onto Rookie. Does take away that hostile takeover. Fires it. Still holds onto it. Then finally fires it onto Xiaohu. But this is a 1v4 again. It just feels like Waybo have clones of each other. The way
roster through the regional finals off of his side lane play on champions like Tristana. So to see him continue to do this.
Chains of Corruption whiffs, but that handshake looked pretty nice. Breathe flies in. JJ with the Crescent Guard. Once again up. Good flash from Light to get away from the Shy here. But Rookie over the wall. Going to find Light and eviscerate him from under the turret. There is the big shot that IG needed. And down goes Xiaohu as well. Good picks found. The flank angles prove pivotal for Invictus Gaming.
And all of the damage dealers are taken immediately. Playing in a choke. Run all the way to the base. Only IG might be able to see that kind of angle. And like that. So JJ alone in the pit. Rookie, however, going to be able to...
Gets over Tien. Xiaohu forced back here. Teleport into the pit from the Shy. The Grand Starfall is still going to go through. The Shy isn't able to cancel it. Rookie does not get the Abscond Abduct, so Tien able to be super dodger, showing Brad exactly how to escape around incoming skill shots. Down goes Rookie, but they do supersede control of this Drake pit to IG, and with the smite from JJ, they're going to be able to get out with that second Drake. Chase given by Breathe, but he's getting poked down heavily by Gala, who does have a lethal tempo starting to stack. Waybo's health bars are hurting, and that is a huge Ornhorn onto 3. The hostile takeover buying some space for Waybo, but they're all just going to get cut down in an instant by IG, who bide their time and cash in a king's ransom.
Holy hell, this Ornn is getting so much work done. The shot is from IG, bouncing back from a rough game 1, and in this game 2, being gifted a lot of free gold here coming in from Waybo.
Barring, it's all down to positional mistakes here right now on this side of the map for IG, and that's wishful thinking for Waybo right now.
Yeah. Maybe now it's very difficult for Waybo or for IG to push much further and maybe push themselves into been able to advance the game state in a reasonable amount of time. Light's going to be late to this. I mean, this is just free Otacon going over. What are Waybo doing?
Cannot contest this. They're trying to come in late. This is a mistake we've seen too many teams make. And it's just going to immediately lean Tien to get hooked in. They're trying to bring Breathe down. They get the Chains of Corruption across. Once again, though, they're targeting Rookie, and the Shy's getting so much value. Gala's getting attacked by the hostile takeover. He does go into the cleanse. The Shy getting poked down, but this Ornn is way too tanky to deal with, and Breathe's health bar is quickly evaporating. Waybo grouped up on top of each other are going to be able to walk their way out, but...
Baron doesn't spawn for another 2.5 minutes, but I have to imagine that IG, hoping to break open this turret line of Waybo, now set themselves up to get into position and start putting down vision.
HP for little.
But look at this, they're losing waves on top, they're losing waves on bottom lane. Waybo are over-indexing to try to grab this, and The Shy is in a great position.
Oh, here we go. The Orn Horn down. Multiple knockups. Rookie finally gets his clutch engage onto Tian. Knockup for Breathe, gonna come back though, and they do catch Rookie first, but Light is down, and Gala is completely unleashed. Look at Gala fly through, but he nearly gets caught on a stun. Great flash cleanse, gets him back out. Gala's in, Gala's out. Waybo are completely routed. This big time Starlight is gonna come down though, and Tian is actually able to drop Gala at 1 HP back down, but it's fine because the front line will bring this one home for IG. The Breathe going to be the last one to fall. Another fight win for IG, just how they drew it up.
No one can deal with this Ornn at this moment. He provides too much CC, too much of a great engage coming in. And Waybo over Kaisa. Remember, she has ultimate. She's on the Dragon as well with JJ. They're going to be going for the Baron. How quickly can they take this? Their Dragon take, or their Baron take is incredibly slow.
Yep, Dragon's already down. Gala is cresting over mid lane right now, and the Shy is itching to start a fight. And look at Rookie. Look at this hostile takeover. It hits onto 4 members. Rookie makes Waybo cut themselves down to size. It's the IG way. Team fighting home and wiping the floor with WBG.
Well, there's the teleports. How much more can they grab? They didn't grab the Baron, but they outright slam Waybo into the ground with that team fight. They even put themselves on soul point. They have 3 grubs. They've got Gala. They're just going to be able to tank it. They're going to look for the end here.
They've got death timers for their 20 seconds. Don't have grubs. Pretty light
they got
wave,
a mini wave, though.
I think the Shy is going to make the difference here. He's just so tanky. He takes the aggro first, and just as we expected, this heavyweight bout for a potential playoff spot in Group Ascend will be taking us the distance, and it's the IG way through superior team fighting to even our series.
Becomes favored for Waybo. Jarvan and Azir are not going to have the same kind of explosive damage coming out from them. And when I look at this composition coming
usually
in...
about jungle camp efficiency, no?
You can try to cheese gank, but Poppy becomes really annoying to play. They know he's here. They're like, okay, where is this guy?
Oh, breathe. Oh, breathe! Just like that.
What?
Maybe you should have let the Nidalee.
That's fine. We're going to see an early set of grubs go over to Waybo.
Yep. That's definitely not Tian taking his grubs before his blue buff. No. That's never happened.
Not.
Oh, all right. Shuriman shuffle. Everyone's boogieing on top of Xiaohu. Erha, I don't think you can save him, my friend. That crash down was very hopeful, very optimistic, but he's so dead. This is 2 kills. Swinging back over towards IG, and it's Rookie's Azir making the call.
This is the problem.
Definitely going to be a pretty big pain point for IG. Don't like the idea of giving up mites to a Ryze in our comp. Oh boy, dive in.
Oh.
Tian, bullet time, lined up so well with the keeper's verdict. 1 for 1 on bullet time wombos. That bodes well for Waybo.
All right, but look at what's happening on the opposite side of the map. How much more can Waybo get?
Let's shut down the stacking now.
I'm taking a look. Breathe
verdict.
does not have teleport. The Shy does.
Oh,
verdict,
he's going to hit the jungler out. Perfect execution of Tian and secures that dragon.
Ton of gold here right before the plates fall. This is a pretty good influx.
Rookie. Oh. Strut passive.
That's so close.
Misfortune is too quick. And there goes the turrets. With a plate.
Want to stop if they want to have any chance of stopping Waybo in this early game.
The push and pull between these two teams in this series. This is exactly what Waybo were able to do to create such
a even there to cover him. I know we haven't been looking topside, but Breathe is literally slamming the Shy at this moment.
I'm glad you used the word slamming, because JJ just got slammed into a wall, popped in the air, and before he could even blink, he was on a gray screen. Yep, they're making the play towards mid here as Light threatens that mid turret, but they can lean towards Tian, who takes down the Rift Herald on his own. And look at the push-pull here. I mean, watch Mako and JJ's pathing. They went towards bot lane, back towards mid lane, back towards bot lane. They're going to steal away some Krugs, but this is not enough to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, they're just so lost. Like, they feel almost listless. No one's making a decision here for the team as a clear direction. Erha gets caught, fine. The Herald is already spawned, and you just see all the little Twitch chatters spawning out from this Herald. They're going to take down mid-tier 1, get half of the mid-tier 2. It's a consolation prize that you found the enemy support here for IG, as Waybo are just Rod of Ages, and with how many Blood Roses are out right now. Oh, we're getting the ultimate here to back up Tien.
Holy moly. They popped out of a trap door. And they're going to try and throw JJ down once more. The Ignite, not going to be enough with the W passive. Gala gets into a 1v1 with Light that he feels pretty comfortable about. And the Shy is on a huge flank. Gala is cornered. Tien going to try and buy space, but Light is still holding on to his flash. He survives without burning any summoners. Erha, soon to fall down to Gala, though. The rocket over the wall. Gala's going to flash, doesn't get the auto. Bullet time going to create a ton of space. The Shy doesn't want to run through that. Highway robbery from Waybo, because while all this was going on, Breathe picks up a tier 2.
And they were able to grab some summoners.
With that push and pull back towards the top side with all those resources dedicated. Free Dragon for Waybo as they tick over to 2 on the Soul. Set up Breathe as the target of a dive here. Erha is sprinting topside as we speak.
They make this, this dive should be free for them. No one from the side of
Solar
Waybo's
Flare.
coming.
Oh, there it is, actually, right on time. Empress Divide. Meganar nearly pops over at just the last second. Mako gets out. They're going to get this tier 1 turn and might just force the issue onto Otacon now.
Mako is too low HP in my mind. You see the pings, they're deciding whether or not they're going to do it. They're going to escape instead. IG are kind of waiting to see if they can find some kind of fight, but I'll be honest, Slayer, I think we're waiting until that dragon in 2 minutes' time.
Even Otacon not getting these teams to bite. Grubs, though, may knock down this big tier 2, and that's always a reason to fight over. And there's the moment from Erhan to set up a huge bullet time that the Shy will not survive. JJ has to flash out. We were waiting for, we were calling for it for draft, and Waybo finally executed at the Infernal Dragon to build up his Gnar bar as the rest of Waybo kick in the front door towards this river. So definitely have to be careful because Rookie's damage is pivotal by this point. No snap engage from Mako. Erha dismounted. Tien and Breathe trying to step the flank, but Breathe now with that Gnar bar right where you want it to be.
All right, he has flash. He can try to find an engage. There's bullet time available. No flash from JJ, remember that.
The Wombo that tries to break open this game. They punt out the Shy. The Dragon is secured by JJ, but IG are 1 versus 4 and completely on the back pedal. Breathe going Mega. Will not commit. Doesn't want to risk anything. And IG are able to get out and stop the Dragon stacking, even us up at 3 apiece while sacrificing control of the mid-wave.
Why don't we just take this minutes time? Breathe is continuing to push. He just lost Mega Gnar here. He's going to try and open up an inhibitor. There we go. There's the, I think they're moving. Instead of moving for the Dragon, Waybo said, screw it, man. I don't care about the mid-wave. We're just going to hit this Baron.
And they don't even need a full commit to this Baron, right? They're just trying to pull IG away from covering for Breathe. They're like, all right, are you going to let this Baron go? I mean, IG are so lost. They're just walking back and forth. They don't know where they can go. They don't know how they can help.
Are they going to pull the trigger? JJ's trying to look. Gnar's on the flank. He has Mega Gnar almost.
And they're going after Rookie, who immediately pops. The Seeker's Arm Guard goes to the stasis, and Shariman shuffles Xiaohu into the might of IG. The bullet time does not find its mark, does not get enough value, and Xiaohu falls first. But the Gnar ult from Breathe throws 2 members to the wayside. Breathe is doing it all for Waybo. Mr. Consistent for WBG, trying to bring them home in their most pivotal series of the Rumble stage.
It's only a 2 for 2 right now, and both junglers are, Tien is down, so Waybo need to be able to sit in this bottom side jungle. The Shy has no flash. The start of that fight looks so risky. I know we're going to get a replay of it, but the flash is down here for both solo lanes between these two teams. It's another Dragon going over to Waybo, so Waybo Gaming now have live. We're starting up this Otacon. No one, they could realm warp in, but this is so difficult here for Waybo.
I mean, the Shy is on mid-wave here. I don't know why the Shy, isn't the call for Xiaohu to immediately come in with the Realm Warp. They boot out the Leona. This could be a 3 versus 5 right now, but Xiaohu does not go through the Realm Warp. He doesn't want to sacrifice himself 1 versus 3, so he baits them away with that Realm Warp. And they're going to try and turn onto the Shy, but again, the push and pull, nothing is sticking for either of these teams as Mako might be the one caught trying to go forward. The scene to play the Solar Flare, finds a nothing. It hits my window outside the cast, and Rookie's trying to rescue it, but another great slam into the wall from Tien. He catches 2 with the same ability, and now the game is completely broken open for Waybo Gaming. They knock down the Shy, and they don't care about Otacon, they don't care about Baron. All they care about is winning this series.
They're going to take it 2-1, and an amazing team fight from the solo laners of Waybo and the jungler from Waybo Gaming. Breathe teleports in. Erha's already in the base. 5 grubs here for Waybo Gaming. It is Jeje, it is Gala. Can they make it the defense? There's a flash available for this Corki, but a base in tatters.
They get Mako back up, but it's just too late. There's JJ already down. The finishing touches on what could be a season-defining series win for Waybo. They've crawled all the way back from the depths to officially lock in a playoff spot.
And there...